I'll staple that hat to your head and you can't keep it on.
Thought that thoroughbred horse would be trouble, but will be in proximity to me. That means kind of close to me. It's from the Latin. You take Latin, don't you?
My name is Thomas Roudy, but many people call me Sir. Anyway, my name is Roudy, but that's R-O-U-D-Y. Well, we're at my place on the West Meadows of the Adams Ranch in Telluride, Colorado.
We'll move down.
But yes, I'm kind of the last cowboy around Telluride. The others just passed through.
That's good, girls. Easy now. Come on, cow.
So what I told you was, I want the horse calmed down, not fired up.
It's kind of difficult to work for. Like scream and yell a lot. Lecture, you know, he teaches with sarcasm. Besides that, you know, he's got his good days and his bad. Yeah, I've been fired twice already.
I came here in April and asked Roudy, did he need any help? His only one question was, you don't cry easy, do you?
The Oxford Dictionary's definition of job. It's a piece of work taken on for a specified amount of time for a given amount of money. I'm very clear about this with staff, but they seem to have faulty memories often, and much as I hide it, I really enjoy harassing these young people every day of their lives. What you're doing is the opposite of what I asked you to do. This does not surprise me.
What have I done for Roudy today? Or better, what have I done for Roudy in the past few seconds? All day long, think that, nonstop. He's good with the horses, though, and he loves us all. He's just not sure how to say it all the time.
You get a horse that trusts you, and you have a wonderful thing, a lifelong relationship that isn't going to let you down and go away sometime. These mountains are an inspiration to me on a daily basis. You feel deep roots when you live on the Continental Divide for 30 years. It's the backbone of the world, and maybe it makes me stronger just looking at it. As I get older, I have more questions, but I don't care so much about the answers. It's more the matter of the pondering is what I enjoy. These are wild animals, these elk, and it's taken me 16 years to get them to trust me, not much, but enough that I can ride up to them on horses, which they're not as fearful of, and so they don't run away. Whenever I start to scare them, I turn my side to them, so I'm a prey animal too. And then they look at me and go, oh, he's just that guy that talks all the time. It's nothing scary about old Roudy. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with kids today, but they should emulate me. I'm a shining example of how kids should end happy.
I think people are wild when they come to Telluride, and I think that's what makes Telluride wild. Definitely, there's a lot of colorful folk here.
There's an old limerick that I found on a 1904 edition of the Telluride paper that how Telluride got its name. It goes like this: there was a cowboy drunk on the barroom floor. Having drunk so much whiskey he could drink no more, he went to sleep with a troubled brain and dreamed he rode the hell-bound train. The devil himself was the engineer, the boiler was filled with lager beer. He himself was shoveling bones, and all through the train you could hear the groans of black men, yellow men, white, all chained together. My God, what a sight. And all the time the devil walking up and down the aisle screaming, "To hell you ride." We like each other. There aren't many of us, so we know each other well for many years, and we're a mutual admiration society. Recently, someone said, "What's new in your life?" And I was unable not to say, well, hell, I'm sober. So that's a new thing for me, and interesting work, sobriety. I certainly gave alcohol every chance to be the right way to go.
Cindy girl, there you go.
In Wisconsin, where I was raised, no one mentioned that if you drank a case of beer every day for 30 years, it would become addicting.
There's water in that. I can still be a big tipper. I'm always telling her that even though there's no alcohol in these glasses, I still want them, a lot of them. As long as I can exercise my arm.
He's gonna be in the bars forever.
I'd love to have a drink.
Coming in here to see his old friends, whether he drinks or not, makes no difference.
The thing I cherish most in my life is my freedom. And that was probably the reason I quit the alcohol, is to have more freedom, and that's what I got. A whole lot more freedom than I used to have. The mystery and the wonderful history of Telluride was, it's a great place to have a party, and which has been going on, to my knowledge, in this bar for 30 years. I'd love to have a drink. There's so many rules. That's what people bring here more than anything, is more rules. God, I'd have less rules. We've experienced being free and unfettered human beings here because there aren't many people and there isn't much government. And so it's hard to have your freedoms even infringed a little bit. Cherish your freedom.